Week 3 of the Simulation Football League rolls on as we welcome you to Canton, Ohio. Fatherhood Festival Field is the home to the Canton Classics, and they will play host to the Vancouver Legion. Both teams coming in at 1-1. Both teams winning just a week ago, looking to go on to a win streak early on in this season 23. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody, alongside Petey Zeller. My name is Eric Vinson. Ike McBride and Mike Daggs are in the stats truck for us this evening. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, executive producing for this matchup here this evening. And Petey, this ought to be a good one here. We've got two teams, obviously the Canton Classics. We know exactly who they are. A little bit of a struggle to start things off week one. Vancouver, they've had a lot of ups and downs recently, starting to kind of come into their own. Had a bit of a rocky week one and got a win in week two as well.
Yeah, this game is very interesting to me because, like you said, Canton, we know what they are. Vancouver, a playoff team last season. This game, for me, I think is a great litmus test to see exactly where Canton is at. Canton, obviously, last year dominated the league with their defense, but in the championship game against Florida, they got figured out and lost that championship game. Week one, looks like Baltimore took a page out of Florida's book, figured out that defense, and they won that game by putting up 30 points on this defense. Last week, Canton got back on track against Pitt, but that wasn't that great of an opponent, so I think today will give us a good idea if the league has figured out this Canton defense or if they really have gotten things back on track.
Litmus test, I think, is the best way to kind of put it as far as this goes. We'll see where the Legion are sitting. We'll see where the Classics are sitting at, because thus far in this season, it has not been the dominant season that we saw just a season ago for these Classics, so we will see how this all shakes up as the Classics will receive the football to start things off, and Vancouver will kick off. We'll see quarterback Scar Patterson come out and lead the troops following the kickoff. I'm really excited for this one. I know you're excited for this one, Petey.
Yeah, I am thrilled, and I'm really curious to see how this offense starts out. We talked about the defense, but Scar Patterson's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I'm curious to see what this offense can do on the opening drive, Eric.
And a big boot through the end zone from Rob Ems, from Chance Tewin, and that's going to set things up at the 20-yard line for Canton. And a single back, 3 wide. Patterson going to sling it out to Rojo, and Robert Johnson has a first down right off the bat.
Yeah, good little screen pass there. There was good blocking on the left side by the receivers and just created a perfect lane there for Johnson to get the advance there. So a good start, picking up a quick first down. Let's see how this Canton offense wants to go about things here. This is a team that likes to run the ball a lot too, with both Robert Johnson and Logan Lee. They're not afraid to win in the trenches, both on offense and defense.
Both of them combining over 400 yards on the ground, and we will see the first rushing attack here from Robert Johnson. He'll get 3 on the play. We'll get a quick look at the offense for the Classics. Scar Patterson at quarterback, Robert Johnson, Logan Lee at running backs, Bill Cherry the fullback, Ryan Owens, Andrew Gibson, Al Dillapre Sr., and Bob Lung are the wide receivers. Talon Steele is the tight end here for the Classics on offense. As we see our first look at Logan Lee, who gets closer to the line to gain, sets up 3rd and short.
Yeah, good run there by Lee. Lee is one of my favorite running backs to watch in the league. I actually had the pleasure of watching him when he was in the minor leagues in Lexington, and he was just a dominant force there. He comes to Canton, and he really has been a focal point of this offense, one of the most shiftiest runners in the league.
Third down, Rojo's got the first down and more as he tries to get the edge. Mark Lopez finally makes the tackle, but it'll be a first down for Canton.
One thing I'm noticing here is the wide receiver blocking. Look at Al Dillapre there at the bottom of the screen. That's the second time on a Rojo run that he's gotten that good block in there that really sealed the edge for the offense. Right now, Dillapre and the receivers are doing a really good job letting these backs get to the outside for big gains.
Canton going 5 wide. Patterson under center. He will throw. Throws quickly over the middle. That's caught for a 40-yard gain. Brings up second down. We'll get a look at the Vancouver defense. Bobo Caudil, Achilles Pepitanis, Gerald Giudice, and Michael Rury are the front four. Josh Farnsey, DJ Woods, Marquise Reed, the linebackers. Emmanuel Blackman, Michael Lister, Ron Hoff, and Zach Lay are the cornerbacks. Mark Lopez and Drew Hamilton round out the secondary for the Legion, as Robert Johnson gets another carry, and again, another 3rd and short for the Classics.
Right now the Classics just moving like a well-oiled machine, 4 yards at a time, but that'll eventually get you in the end zone. Good run there, being patient by Johnson, just following his blocks. Now on 3rd and 3, the playbook is wide open for Scar Patterson, the offense. They can do whatever they want here.
And they're coming out in an I formation here, just into Legion territory. Handoff goes to Lee. Lee's got the first down and more as he gets near the 40-yard line of Vancouver. A little bit slow to get up, and he is down. The medical staff will tend to Logan Lee as he is having trouble getting off the turf.
And right there, he showed us some of that shiftiness with a nice swim move to get up past the line to gain. It's good to see him walk off the field under his own power. But yeah, that would be a big loss here for Canton if he can't come back in the game. He's really a big focal point of this offense. So with him out now, Robert Johnson's going to be getting a brunt of the load here. And we'll see what he can do.
I'll have to keep tabs on Lee, make sure when or if he is going to come back into this ball game, but a first down nonetheless for the Classics. Johnson is the offset single back, 3 wide in the formation. Handoff goes to Johnson, and he'll get tackled near the line of scrimmage, kept the legs churning, got good 4 yards out of that. 2nd down.
One player I want to see that if they get used today will be Talon Steele. He's a first-year tight end on this team, which I think was an underrated addition by this organization. Played for the Atlanta Swarm for some time, and now comes to this team. He's a big tight end, really good in short receiving situations. I'll be curious to see how they use him.
Set, handoff goes to Cherry, and Cherry will make it another 3rd and short. Seems like it's been following production here for Canton on this drive. Couple 1st, 2nd down plays, brings up a 3rd and short.
I noticed they brought in Sammy Morris, too, a back that normally doesn't get a lot of action here in this offense, but with Logan Lee out, maybe today he'll get a chance to show what he's got.
Pitch play, Johnson, and he's got the first down and more. And that's what you have to watch out for Rojo. Obviously very shifty back, but also very, very good at keeping the legs churning through the play to get extra yards.
Yeah, got an extra 3 there by doing exactly what you're describing. And good power running here so far. Looks like Canton wants to flex their muscles here, Eric, with their blocking, and they're doing just that on this drive.
Nice methodical drive here as we hit the 11th play of the drive. Almost half the quarter gone here in the first quarter as Johnson, that's not Johnson. One of the backup running backs there, Sammy Morris, as you mentioned there, Petey, he gets a carry for 3 yards.
Yeah, good little gain there, but now it's 2nd and 7, so a little bit of a deeper situation here. Let's see if the offense is going to stick with the run. They come out in a looking situation like they're going to run.
Offside eye, it's going to be a pitch play. That is Johnson. He's got the edge. He's got first down yardage, and he'll get close to the 10-yard line. Mark him down at about maybe the 11. It's going to be another first down for the Classics.
The Classics are just imposing their will right now on Vancouver as they push this ball down the field. Nothing flashy. They haven't been throwing deep. I don't think they've thrown a single pass over the middle besides that one to Dillapre. They have just been taking what the defense is giving them and making them pay. As, here we go, they widen things out a little bit on first down.
Yep, pitch play. And that's going to be bounced to the outside, close to the line of gain and close to the end zone, but going to be marked just shy. 2nd and 1 as Morris gets another carry.
Yeah, this is just a prime opportunity for Morris. Good job getting extra yardage there through the contact. And, you know, you never know when your number is going to get called in an SFL game. And for Sammy Morris today, you don't know how long this opportunity is going to last. He's got to make the most of it here.
The quarter gone on one drive. Second and 1 from about the 1. Handoff goes to Rojo, buried in the backfield. Good defense there from the Legion as Papatanis gets in there for the TFL.
Just a great play there. The defensive line just sent the house, and they got to him there. So now on 3rd and 2, let's see what they do. Do they stick with the run here? They've been running the whole drive.
They got a heavy formation out there. We'll see if they do. It is going to be a run. Rojo trying to find the end zone. He does not get there, but he does get enough for the first down. Got to set up a 1st and goal.
And now 3 plays, and they're just going to pound the rock, here with really 3 tries of just punching in. And they're going to bring out Morris here, so Morris is going to have a chance at the end zone. And Canton is challenging the spot of the ball. They think it might have been a touchdown.
See how that turns out. I'm not sure if I saw anything out there originally for Ray Donaldson to throw the challenge flag, so we'll go ahead and we'll get a retroactive look at this one. Let's take a retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play the SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com.
It looks like they're saying he did not get there.
Yeah, it is going to stand. And I know Canton is not happy along the sideline, but again, PD, I didn't necessarily see anything that warranted the challenge flag. I don't blame them for throwing it, but nonetheless, not necessarily something that you look at and you're like, yeah, that's going to be overturned.
I think it's a little bit of a waste. You have 3 shots from the 1-inch line. Don't waste your challenge flag there.
Going to be a 1st and goal. As you mentioned, maybe from about the 1-inch line, and Rojo has no problem. He gets in the end zone. First points on the board for the ball game, and the Classics are up 6-0.
Yeah, and that one was just easy there. And so a quick touchdown. If anything, that challenge did give them enough time to arrest Rojo so they could bring him back into the game to be the back, but he just had great blocking, was never touched, I think, on his way to the end zone. And Canton walks down the field on a 6-minute drive and scores first here, so Vancouver with a lot of pressure now to answer back.
Very long, methodical drive, 16 plays, 79 yards, and took over half the quarter in order to hit pay dirt. So if that's going to be what Canton is going to be doing, if that's the recipe for success, then I think Vancouver's going to have a tough time here unless they can go ahead and throw the football down the field at will.
We're going to get our first chance to look here at Christian Brown in the Vancouver offense, and this is an offense that has some heavy hitters, especially with Brett Killian at wide receiver. Let's see how they're going to respond.
Fielded at about the 2-yard line. Right up the field he goes to about the 23-yard line, and that's where the Legion will set up shop for their first drive of the ball game.
An offense that, once again, is a very good one. They were in the playoffs last year. They've been efficient at times. I'm very curious to see what they're able to do because, like we've mentioned before, it's probably the best defense in the league they're going to be up against here today.
Well, both these quarterbacks love to throw touchdown passes, both tied for league best at 4 touchdowns early on in the season. So we'll see if we'll get a heavy dose of the passing attack. Not here, though, as he gets sacked right away. Christian Brown gets sacked from behind. Never even saw him coming. And a great play there by Kevin Brackett.
Yeah, and it was just a great job getting to that outside. And like you said, Brown never felt it coming behind him. And just an easy one there for Brackett. And now it's going to be 2nd down and long and kind of forced into a passing situation now where the Legion.
Single back 4 wide, trips towards the top of the formation. Brown is going to throw. He's going to throw it towards the trip side, and that's going to be caught for maybe a yard, as that was Kendra Wells with the catch. We're going to look at the Legion offense. Christian Brown at quarterback. Ike McBride, Suter Nakai, the running backs. Mateo Privado at fullback. Nick Lockett, Hall of Famer Brett Killian. Kendra Wells and Lili Nakai are the wide receivers. Sharono Privado and Stephen McMichaels are the tight ends. And we'll get a look at the offensive line after this play as Brown is going to throw over the middle. And that is incomplete on 3rd down. Brings up 4th and long. Mike Coverson, Gregory Winnell, Leo Chain, Rylan Caudill, and Brunter Grayjam are along the front 5 there for the offensive line. And Vancouver goes 3 and out.
One thing that I noticed is in the offseason, I think that Canton got better defensively almost. They added Zachary Hamburger and Harrison Pearson and really built up the weakest part of their defense at corner, and I think they got deeper at that part.
Short punt, good field position here for Canton as they will set up shop at their own 47-yard line for their 2nd possession of the ball game. 3 minutes to go here in the opening frame. If you are new to the SFL, welcome. The Simulation Football League is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Canton with a 6-minute plus drive. Vancouver with less than a minute drive so far here in the first quarter of play. And we've got our first big pass here from the Classics as they get a first down deeper into Vancouver territory near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they almost baited him into that one, right? Because Legion is expecting run after that first drive. Everything was close to the line of scrimmage, and they kind of played the soft zone there, found Dillapre on the outside, and just fired an absolute bullet in there, did Patterson, for a good first down yardage. Really a nice attacking play there and a smart situation to go for it.
Vancouver showing blitz, sending blitz. Patterson going to check it down, and it falls incomplete. He was looking short there for Ryan Owens, but that brings up second down.
Yeah, and that was a good job there getting pressure by Vancouver. They really forced them to throw that one a little sooner than they want to. The play never got to develop, and they just kind of forced that one into a dead dog before they even had a chance.
Set back is Johnson, 3 wide in the formation. Pitch play goes to Rojo, and he gets buried near the line of scrimmage. Good run pursuit there for the Legion defense as Farnsey, along with others, is able to make the stop, bring up 3rd and long.
So this is the first time we're going to see a 3rd and long from Canton here, and probably going to have to pass it, you'd imagine, on 3rd and 8. Let's see where they go with it. They have trips out left. Could see some over the middle.
Anderson going to fire one, and it is over the middle, but incomplete. He was looking for Owens once again. Good coverage on the back end by the Legion, and that's going to set up a field goal opportunity for Canton.
Good job by the Legion there, kind of shoring up on defense and forcing Canton to try a long field goal attempt, though after giving them seemingly everything there in the first half of the quarter, they buckled down there.
Rob Ems from 45 yards, and he is going to hook this one right down Broadway, and that's going to be 10-0 now as Canton jumps out to an early lead.
Yeah, and once again, though, if you're Vancouver, you're feeling good about that when you gave up the big play on the first play of the drive, and then your defense really locked them down there. So you got to try to build off that positive now with your offense. And Canton, last year, probably the hardest team in the league to run the ball on. Still, I'd like to see them trying to get Ike McBride and Pseudo Nakai going a little bit, and maybe try to establish a run game.
Bit of a deeper kick this time, fielded from inside the end zone. Lili Nakai right up the middle of the field, and same starting field position from the 23-yard line of the Legion. It's hard to say exactly what we want to see from this Vancouver offense when they've had literally 3 plays, and Canton has controlled time possession ever since the kickoff.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to tell what they were trying to do because, they got sacked on first down, so maybe they were wanting to run the ball a little bit more, and that just kind of derailed that drive. But if you're a Vancouver, now are a 10-0 in the hole on the road against one of the best, if not the best, defense in the league, got to find something here on this drive.
Said McBride is in the backfield there. Handoff goes to her. Good blocking up front, passes to the outside. First down yardage and a little bit more, as it's going to be a gain of about 12, and that's going to be a first down for Vancouver.
What a good run there by McBride. She was able to force off some contact there and get to the outside, being shifty with it. And that was a really fun run to watch there from McBride, and a good first down play. And now maybe with one positive play in their back pocket, Vancouver can take a deep breath and get some more strung together.
Just shy of the 25, up the middle they go, and that's Mateo Privado with the carry this time for a gain of 5. We'll get a look at the defense here for Canton, as Mike All, Jabril Curse, LL Volt, and Neil Rivers are all on the front 4. Mark Gronick, Kevin Brackett, DJ Kilganon are the linebackers. Zachary Hamburger, Terrence Pearson, Joshua Durr, the corners. Kanye Rockefeller and King Jamal are the safeties, as it looks like Bravado makes the catch on that one there. Good enough for a first down. 2 for 2 thus far for the Legion on this drive.
Good job by Brown on that play, too, just recognizing he had a first down check down open, got it to him, and now creating another first down situation for his team. A really smart play there by Brown, not trying to force anything down the field.
Alien goes in motion to the top of the formation. 7 in the box for the Classics. McBride with the carry. Good stiff arm there. Buries the defender. It's a shame it didn't go for longer, but man, what a play by Ike McBride.
McBride said, "Get off me, kid." Pushed him to the ground. That was awesome there. A physical play, and McBride gets good first down yardage for this offense.
Split backs this time. 2nd and 6 as we reach the end of the first quarter, and that's going to be a carry up the middle to Nakai, and that's going to be a 3rd and 4 coming up, and that will be the end of the first quarter of play. Canton 10, Vancouver nothing, but the Legion looking to finally get some momentum on offense. You are watching the Simulation Football League, and we are live on YouTube. Welcome back inside Fatherhood Festival Field. Eric Vincent alongside Petey Zeller. We've got Ike McBride and Mike Daggs in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Offset eye once again for the Legion, 2 wide. And Brown will throw. Fires it quickly and should have had a first down there. It looked like it was a drop by Killian following the hit on the back end, and that brings up 4th and short. A bit of no man's land here for the Legion. And it looks like they are going to set up the punt team here to go ahead and try and pin the Classics back. Chance to win, going to handle the punting duties as well. Fair catch called for, made right around the 24-yard line, and that's where Canton will start their next drive. Fuel your summer with Gutsy Organics' new strawberry blueberry prebiotic snacks. Refreshingly delicious and perfect for on the go. Visit Gutsy Organic to find. Visit gutsyorganic.com to find your nearest retailer, or stop by the freezer section at your local Meijer or Wegmans to pick up some today. That's Gutsy Organic, official sponsor of your Canton Classics. As Rojo gets the carry to start things off on first down, he'll get a carry of about 5 yards, bring it up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, good blocking up front there, and he just burst through that hole, got a quick 5 yards here for this Canton offense. And if you're Vancouver's defense now, you're starting to feel a little bit of the pressure, right? Already down 10-0. Can't let this team drive down the field and get a touchdown, put you that deep in the hole.
Carry goes nowhere this time, and again, we've seen that from this Legion defense. They'll give some up on the ground, but then come right back and make a good stop, and that brings up a 3rd and 5.
And this team is going to feel the missing of Logan Lee if he can't come back. Morris, probably a very good prospect, but Lee is just such a good back for this offense.
3rd down, Patterson over the middle, catch is made. First down, yardage out across the 40-yard line to Andrew Gibson, and that'll be a fresh set of downs for the Classics.
That was just a good find there by Patterson, over the middle, wide open. Had a small window to put it in, but he put it right there for Gibson, whose name we haven't said all day until this point. And a good catch there, fighting through the contact, too. Gibson knew he was going to get rocked, but he was able to hang on to it, and a big first down there for Canton.
Yeah, Dillapre and Owens have been the only receivers targeted in the passing game thus far. As Patterson got to throw back Owens' way, and he catches that one for a gain of 7.
And this is what you're going to have to see this Canton offense do, because they can't just run Rojo into the ground, and now they have a question mark at the second running back spot without Lee, so they're going to have to try to make this passing game over the middle come a little bit more alive.
Formation, heavy set. A lot of defenders in the box, but Johnson almost gets the first down. In fact, it'll bring up a 3rd and very, very short. And that's the kind of back that you get out of Robert Johnson for the Classics.
Yeah, just such a great player there. That was really a fun run to watch there. It was the longest 2 yards he's probably ran in a while, but it sets up a very manageable 3rd and 1.
Just on the other side of the 50, 3rd and short. Hand off, up the middle. Good defense there by the Legion to prevent the first down. Brings up 4th and short as Drew Hamilton came in and made the stop.
Yeah, Morris just could not quite get it, and now Canton's going to challenge again, and I don't think that's a good challenge. I mean, we'll see from a different angle, but I don't even think he was that close.
Yeah, this one's a little bit more puzzling than the first one, honestly, but let's take a retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. And I'm with you, PD. Well...
Yeah, that angle made it a little different.
That angle made it a little different.
I don't think he got it. I think it's probably 4th and inches.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's very, very close.
Wow, they overturned
All right,
it.
so Canton has not charged the timeout. We will see where exactly they did spot the football, and it is going to be 4th and inches, so technically not a lost challenge. However, it is not the result that the Classics were looking for on said challenge. Yeah, they're going to go for it.
Bold.
A lot of bodies in the box for the Legion on defense. We'll see if the Classics run a play. They will. It's a toss play. Rojo is going to get the first down, and he's got more. Still on his feet across the 40-yard line near the 35. First down for Canton.
Yeah, big run there, and good job by Rojo finding a hole in the defense there and just going with it. A big yardage play for him.
Get a look at his numbers on the afternoon early on. Already 13 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. And Canton's offense has been slow, methodical, death by 1,000 cuts. As Morris will get the pitch. He breaks the tackle, bouncing it to the outside, and he'll get near the 30-yard line for a second down.
Yeah, good run there by Morris. Probably the best run we've seen out of him. Fought off the initial contact there, and as you see right there, Hunter sets the edge, and just getting there is Morris, and a good job there.
Starting to wonder if maybe this was the game plan all along, to just control time of possession and keep the football out of Vancouver's hands, as Johnson is going to get close to a first down there. Now, see, that one I thought he might have had on forward progress, but it's going to be a third down.
I thought his whole body got across the line there. I don't know. That's one that I probably would have challenged there, but it's going to be 3rd and 1, so let's see if they just go back to him.
Lots of head scratching here in the first quarter and a half. 3rd and 1, offset eye, handoff goes up to the fullback, and Cherry is going to have it. First down yardage as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the first half.
Yeah, that was Cherry again getting the carry, his second of the game, and that's a good situation to have a good fullback. He's on a 3rd and 1, can feed the ball to the big guy and get the first down. So 1st and 10 now. Let's just see if they keep trying to run this clock dry.
Patterson. Pressure coming. He's going to check it down on the screen. Johnson trying to find some room, and does. He's got first down yardage as he's along the near sideline. Inside the 10-yard line is going to be a 1st and goal for the Classics.
And that'll set up now 1st and goal, and Canton just moving the ball at will here. And if you're Vancouver, you got to be thinking back to that challenge that Canton won that set up a 4th and inches that they went for, because that really was the difference maker in this drive right now. That has kept Canton moving.
Out of challenges, I believe, for the rest of the ball game, but nonetheless, if you feel like it is worthy of spending them, then go ahead and do so. As you see the discrepancy there in the total plays run, 33rd play for Canton, and just over 10 plays for Vancouver so far in the first half, which is wild.
Yeah, even though we didn't love that challenge, I mean, if it leads to 7 points for Canton, you can't really question it, you know?
It keeps them going. It keeps the ball in their hands. And again, if that was the mindset and the game plan going into it, then you can't shake a stick at that. As Johnson is going to get a carry. Good spin move there, and almost got out of the second defender. Beat Mark Lopez initially, and did not beat Farnsey. It's going to be a 3rd and goal.
Yeah, it's going to set up a 3rd and goal situation now. And a long 3rd and goal. Probably going to get to see a pass here from Patterson. I'll be curious to see where they go with it.
Going 4 wide, it might be slants here. We'll see if that's the play call. Instead, we're going to see an in route, and it's going to be incomplete. That was a tough throw there. And once again, Farnsey in the middle of the defense brings up 4th down.
Yeah, that one was gift-wrapped and sent express to Farnsey there. I'm sure he's wishing he grabbed that one and maybe saved this 3 points that Canton might score here. But nonetheless, they do stop the touchdown, and that was big for Vancouver. So
Ems is going to come on for his second field goal attempt. This one from 22, and he nails this one easily to make it a 13-0 ball game. Another very long drive here for Canton. 15 plays, 72 yards, capped off with that field goal there.
Yeah, and that's so despite everything, despite how dominant Canton has felt in this game, Vancouver's still only down by 2 possessions. Which, I mean, that's manageable, but Vancouver, you want to see something out of them here, especially considering they get the ball at halftime here, Eric.
Yeah, it would definitely be beneficial if they were able to double dip as they take a knee in the end zone to bring it out to the 20-yard line. Still plenty of time on the clock for the first half, 4 minutes, 21 seconds, but regardless, it certainly seems like the offensive momentum is in Canton's favor.
And now let's see what Christian Brown and the offense can do here, right? Last drive, they got the ball moving a little bit. They just got to keep a drive going, but they're going to go empty backfield here, so they're going to be passing on first down.
4 wide from the 20-yard line. Brown's under center, and he's going to shift a receiver in motion to bring trips towards the near side. With 3 on the play clock. Takes the snap. He's going to fire it into coverage, but the catch is made. And the rollover there gets him close to first down yardage, second and very, very short.
Yeah, that was a nice completion in there to Stephen McMichaels, and a crazy stat from our statistician Mike Daggs tonight. The time of possession is in favor of Canton, 12 minutes and 20 seconds to 3 minutes and 14 seconds. So if you're Vancouver and you look at the score, you almost are wiping your head and just happy right now that it's only 13-0.
We have not seen the high-flying passing attack for this Vancouver offense yet, so that time of possession certainly means something as Brown tries to go for the first down himself and gets absolutely crunched in the backfield there. That's still going to be a third down.
I didn't even see who got to him there, but yeah, he got absolutely murdered on that play. And now 3rd and inches. Let's see if they go to the back.
Instead, they're going to go play action. Brown. Pressure coming behind him, spin move, and doesn't get there. He's going to lose about a half a yard as DJ Kilganon, he was in pursuit, and he made the sack.
Yeah, and Brown got too cute there. He probably could have just ran for the edge and got the first down, but he tried to shimmy back there when he really didn't need to, and ultimately it's going to cost his team a first down and kill that drive.
About 3 minutes to go here. Canton going to get another crack at the football, and they will do so with good starting field position once again at their own 43-yard line. And man, oh man, the time possession story is going to continue to go on as Canton, for all intents and purposes, is just going to hold on to the football as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, and I mean, Canton can go down and get a touchdown before halftime. I mean, they're already feeling pretty good about life right now. If they can go do it again, it's going to be looking good for Canton.
Blitz was coming. Johnson with the pitch. Good stiff arm there, and he gets first down yardage. About 13 yards there on first down, and that'll bring up a fresh set of downs for him.
So it'll be first down and 10 now as Johnson. I got to say, without Logan Lee here, Logan Lee has been a big focal point of this offense. I've mentioned it a few times now, but Rojo has really recognized that this team's going to need him to be a dominant force today, and he has stepped up nicely in the absence of Lee, who right now we do not know the status of.
Well, and you certainly see it there with 16 carries just coming in the first half alone. Canton wants to control this football for as long as humanly possible and do so through the run game. This time they pass, though, and Dillapre is able to snag that one, and it's going to be another first down for the Classics. 2 plays, 2 first downs.
Yeah, and Scar Patterson, we haven't talked a lot about him today because he hasn't been asked to do a lot, but what they've asked him to do, he's done well. He's completed short passes, made smart throws, put the balls in good places for his receivers. Like, right there, he hit the outside shoulder there on Dillapre, a place where only Dillapre could get it. Patterson's playing a really good point guard today.
Might get one more play off before we hit the 2-minute warning here in the first half. 4 wide. Patterson under center. Patterson fires over the middle, and that catch is made. 3 plays, 3 first downs. This one courtesy of Talon Steele as we hit the 2-minute warning here in the first half of play. Two minutes to go. You're watching the Simulation Football League live on YouTube.
Yeah, was a good catch there by Steele. First time we've seen him get involved. I featured him a little earlier saying I'm curious to see what he does, and he makes a big-bodied catch there. And another first down as Canton just continues to walk down the field at ease.
Set eye on first down once again. 3 wide in the formation. As Patterson will hand it up right up the middle to Robert Johnson, who gets tattooed, but does get about 6 yards on the play, brings up second down, clock continuing to roll.
If you're Vancouver, I think you got to sell out to the run up the middle. I think because that's what Canton has shown they want to do. I think you just got a full-on run commit, and if Patterson's going to beat you with his arm, so be it. He probably will, but you can't let them keep getting 6 yards a carry.
And they're going to go right up the middle to Cherry. Cherry trying to find the end zone, and he's going to get there. Touchdown, Canton.
Yeah, that was a physical run there by Cherry. That time they did defend it pretty decently, but Cherry, man, just physically got the defenders off of him and found his way into the end zone. And, I mean, right there's just nothing Vancouver could have done about that. That was just a beautiful run by Cherry.
A run that you expect from your fullback. Gets rid of the first tackle, gets rid of the second tackle, gets himself in the end zone, and it looks easy. Looks like a normal day at the office.
So yeah, now Canton up big, and Vancouver still gets the ball at halftime, so this game is far from over. But, I mean, if you're Vancouver, you got to show that you can get the ball past the 50-yard line. I could be wrong, Eric, but I don't think they've got past the 50 all game. Maybe once they got close to it, but really it's just been nothing going on here for their offense.
Yeah, really nothing doing whatsoever for the Vancouver Legion. As again, 41 plays for the Canton Classics in this first half, and Vancouver with 15. I mean, the time possession and the total plays run are just a huge disparity here between the two teams, and that's probably the majority of the reason why the Classics are up by 20 points so early on.
And right now, all the Canton fans are looking at each other in the stands right now, and they're thinking, we're so back, baby. Because after the first week and the championship game last year, there were question marks. But a big win last week against a rough opponent, but this week against a good Vancouver team. So far, so good, Eric.
Minute 31 for the Legion to operate here, all 3 timeouts. Brown is going to throw, shuffles, turns his feet and fires, and that's going to be incomplete. Ilian unable to come up with the football, and we will toss it over to SFL HQ to Commissioner Cameron Irvine for a game update.
Thank you, Eric. Baltimore, Minnesota going back and forth today. A close one in the Twin Cities. 2017, the Legend lead the Vultures. Back to you in Canton.
Thank you, Cam, as Brown fires it over the middle once again, this time into coverage, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I mean, Vancouver's only taken like 4 seconds off the clock so far on this drive. If they have to punt to Canton, Canton's going to have plenty of time with 2 timeouts to try to maybe get in field goal range. We will have to see.
That is a good point there. This is a very critical third down just to keep the drive alive and keep possession of the football. Brown, blitz coming, gets picked up, throws it into coverage again, and it's incomplete. This time looking for Kendra Wells, and that's going to be 4th down. Canton has not had to use any of their timeouts, and they're going to get the football back.
And this is one spot that was, I mean, Canton's defense was so elite last year, but you could say that maybe their corners were a little weak last year. Durr was great, Rockefeller and Jamal were great at the safety spot, but they lacked a little depth at corner. This year they pick up Hamburger, pick up Pearson, and they are even better. That's why I think this defense can be better than last year. They kept most of the guys they had last year, but now they got better corners out there, and we're seeing them lock down these Vancouver receivers.
And they're going to have great starting field position once again here at the Vancouver 48-yard line. 1-1s on the clock. Canton with 2 timeouts after losing their first challenge of the first half. So still an opportunity for them to put more points on the board before they have to kick the football off to the Legion to start the second half. Single back is Johnson, 3 wide in the formation. Patterson's going to throw. Has time, fires. Dillapuri with the catch, another first down. And Canton will call their second timeout of the half. They will have 1 remaining.
Yeah, and a great job there, Patterson. Vancouver got some pressure to him, but he just stayed poised in the pocket and completed a good toss to Dillapre. And Patterson's really keyed in on Dillapre today. It's been his favorite target, and Dillapre has been rewarding him for that by making a lot of catches.
And you touched on it, PD. Patterson has been asked to do a whole lot, but what he has done has been great. As Johnson gets a swing pass out of the backfield, he's going to get tackled inbounds, so Canton will have to use their last timeout, and they will have no other way to stop the clock.
Yeah, still, though, over a minute left, and they're already down to the 30-yard line. They really have a ton of time here. They just got to get up to the ball and spike it and move quickly here, but they might be in touchdown. I thought a field goal would be good, but they might get a touchdown here.
Patterson, blitz coming, throws it quickly, catch is made, steal inside the 20-yard line, and they're going to say he was tackled inbounds, so up to the hurry up we go. As Patterson is going to fire quickly, one-handed grab there by Dillapre as he nears the first down marker. Hurry up again.
They're bullying him here this drive.
Blitz coming again, tries to throw it out to Talon Steele again, could not handle that one, freezes the clock at 36 seconds, 3rd and 2.
Almost okay with that drop because it stops the clock and lets you reassess things and decide what you want to do. So you're almost okay with that drop. But what a catch by Dillapre on the last play. I mean, Canton is just imposing their will today on Vancouver.
Patterson gonna sling it out to Johnson. Johnson will run out of bounds near the 5-yard line. Gonna be a 1st and goal with 32 seconds to go. And you hit the nail on the head, Petey. They are just enforcing their will on this Vancouver defense.
So they're going to carry on here. I mean, 30 seconds left, and I don't think the clock's much of a factor now because you're down at about the 5-yard line. They can really run. If they want to run the ball, they can run the ball. They can do whatever they want here. They have 32 seconds is enough time to get 3 plays off here.
And you got to imagine, probably the reason they're able to run their offense with ease is because this defense has been on the field for so long.
Yeah, this defense is on its heels. They're just gassed.
Patterson to throw, 7-step drop, tipped at the line, and it's going to be incomplete.
I'm telling you, I would run the ball with Rojo here on 2nd down. You got a ton of time. You got so much time to get back up to the line of scrimmage and try a pass on 3rd down if you don't get it. I think I'd run it with Rojo here on 2nd down.
Bobo Caudale able to bat the football down. Brings up 2nd and goal here. Offset single back. That is going to be Rojo. They're going to throw it, though, and Patterson gets buried in the backfield. Another sack there by Papatanis.
That was worst-case scenario.
Quickly to the line. Canton throws. End zone incomplete. Brings up 4th down. And the defense holds for Vancouver once again.
And maybe the one weak spot of Canton all day, Owen's hands have been cold. He's had a lot of passes come his way, and most of them have been contested like that one. I'm not saying they've been easy catches, but he has not caught any of the contested passes today, and he maybe has been the lone weak spot, if you can say there's been one today in the offense for Canton.
So it's going to be another chippy 28-yard field goal here for Ems with 15 seconds to go, and it ropes on through to make it 23-0. And just about every single one of these drives have been long drives. There's only been one drive that they've had so far that has been single-digit plays.
And honestly, this game could be a lot uglier here. I mean, Vancouver has held Canton to 3 field goals, and all 3 of those drives, it looked like Canton was going to go down the field and get a touchdown. I mean, right now, we could very easily be talking about a 35-0 ball game. Vancouver's fortunate had still just a 3-possession game, all things considered.
And another great stat there from Dags coming from the stats truck. Canton scoring on literally every drive that they have, and Vancouver has had a 3-and-out on every drive except for 1. So that certainly kind of puts yourself in the mud a little bit offensively and trying to keep yourself in the ballgame. Brown gonna throw, finds Wells, and no, excuse me, that's Killian. BK12 is gonna get tackled inbounds, and that is gonna bring us to the end of the first half. And let's take a quick halftime break presented by Brakes GPT with Canton up 23-0 over the Vancouver Legion. We'll get a look at the first half stats and highlights.
And Eric...
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. I was just going to say, one thing that I think we really need to take note of is Logan Lee. Not being in the first half, you can kind of point that out to why 3 of those drives resulted in field goals. If Logan Lee doesn't get injured, I mean, the impact that he has on this Canton offense, you know that, I mean, I'd say at least one of those drives, if not more, probably would have resulted in touchdowns.
I mean, that's got to be the player of the game so far, is Johnson. As you see, he's got 40 receiving yards, another 79 on the ground, and a touchdown to boot. So he's got to be the halftime player to watch out for. And Canton has done an excellent job with the football so far as they jump out to a 23-0 lead. Break into the world of sports memorabilia, collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com, as Vancouver brings it out to the 26-yard line to start the second half.
And, you know, if you ask me, Eric, I've been saying it often, and this time I mean it in the most severe degree. I think Vancouver absolutely has to score and score a touchdown on this drive if they want any shot at winning this thing. So let's see what this offense can do.
Split backs to start things off. And Wells is going to go in motion to the top of the formation. And it's going to be a carry to Bravado, trying to find any room whatsoever, and just gets buried right at the line of scrimmage. Good defense there from the front 7 of the Classics.
And yeah, just nothing doing there. I don't really have much to say about that play. Just nothing doing.
Been like that all game long as the Classics send the blitz and gets home just as Brown was getting rid of the football. It's going to bring up a third and 10, and he's lucky he got rid of the football before he got hit.
Yeah, Brown's going to need an ice bath after this one. He's been getting rocked today. He's took a few hard hits. That's another one right there, and yet again, another 3rd and long here for Vancouver.
Brown gonna take off, trying to find something, anything, and he's gonna get nothing as All and company are able to bring him down, and it's gonna bring up a 4th down, 3 and out for the Vancouver Legion to start things off.
Yeah, and Brown there just panicked. He had decent pass protection, it looked like, but must have seen nothing open down the field, and he just ran for it, and unfortunately there was nowhere to really run to. And now a punt here, only burning about 50 seconds in the 3rd quarter.
To win with yet another punt. This time it's a good one as he buries it back to about the 25-yard line. Good return out to the 36 of Canton, and that's where the Classics will take over with just under 9 to go here in the 3rd.
You want to talk about ice pads, Eric? Chance to Win's going to need to ice that leg after this game because he has gotten a lot of use out of it today.
No kidding. I don't think I've ever seen a game that has been this one-sided without any sort of turnovers or boneheaded plays or anything like that. Just a complete control of the ball game so far by the Canton Classics as they get a run of 4 from Johnson.
And you know, around the league, Eric, other teams are watching this, and they're kind of just sweating a little bit, saying, "Oh man, Canton's back."
And you know, watching game tape on this one, I mean, I have no reason to say that they are not. This is without their second back, Logan Lee. As Sammy Morris gets another carry, it's going to bring up 3rd and 3. It has been the Robert Johnson show, basically, because Logan Lee has been injured, has not come back.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate. We hope Lee maybe just tweak something and can be back for the next game, because moving forward, Canton is going to be in closer games, and they're going to need him.
Johnson trying to find his way out of the backfield. Good defense there by Vancouver. That'll force the 4th down, and that's going to be the first punt for Canton this entire ballgame.
Yeah, so Vancouver's defense comes out and maybe getting a little rest in the locker room that they really needed. Does a good job there and holds steady.
So Charles Brown, well rested along that Canton sideline, going to boot it down to about the 20. And big hit there on Lily Nakai. And mark it down at the 22. We'll toss it over to SFL HQ for another game update. Cameron Irvine, Cam.
Thank you, Eric. Back and forth, Minnesota, Baltimore today. Two top teams in the SFL. Jack Wigmore to Mac Chima for the score. 27-24 Legend with 9:22 left in that one. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Taking those Baltimore uniforms that they rolled out there. A little bit of a different look there on the font and the numbers. I like it. Second down here after a short run there for the Legion.
And a little bit of a gain there. Positive yardage now, 2nd down and 8. Still run here if you wanted to if you're Vancouver.
Bit of a heavy set formation. Looks like it is going to be a run. 8 in the box, though, for Canton, and Brown's going to throw instead. He's going to throw it down towards the near sideline. Catch is made by Wells, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed with Canton's defense today, too, anytime they get anything, if they get a good pass or a good run, at the end of the play, Canton makes them pay. They hit them hard, and it's been showing here for this offense.
Offset I too wide. Brown going to throw on 3rd down. Has Bravado coming out of the backfield. 1st down yardage and more. Could have had a heck of a lot more as he gets out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down here for Vancouver.
Good job by McBride there, and good job getting out of bounds and not taking a punishing hit there. So a nice carry there, and now it's going to be 1st down, and Vancouver, that has to be only like their 3rd 1st down of the game. Let's see if they can keep it rolling.
.6:35 and counting to go here in the 3rd quarter from just outside the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Legion. Split backs. Brown going to throw. Pressure coming through his backside, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it over to McMichaels, but it hits the turf.
I'm telling you, Eric, I'd really like to see them run the ball more on 1st down. I know running hasn't necessarily been terribly effective today, but when you pass and you just get an incompletion, you're setting yourself up to fail on a set of downs.
Certainly puts them behind schedule when they don't get a completed pass. Brown with the blitz coming again. Got to throw it again. Catch is made this time for a big gain out across the 40-yard line of Canton as Lockett is able to get the big catch there.
Well, there you go. Probably biggest play of the game there for Vancouver. Great job by Lockett and a great job by Brown finding him over there. And now they're inching closer to field goal range here. Vancouver cooking a little something up this drive.
About the 37. Bravado going to shift out. Brown throws incomplete. I think he was looking Bravado's way, but it looks like he was throwing it right at King Jamal on that play.
A lucky duck there. King Jamal is great at picking the ball off. He has very good hands for a safety, and definitely got away with one there, did Brown. That's an interception a lot of the time.
Second down, split backs. Wells in motion. Brown, blitz coming again. He's going to throw it. He's got Wells inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line. 1st down for the Legion.
And that was another beautiful throw there by Brown. The Canton Classics still aren't giving this offense much, but Brown's just throwing the ball into some tight windows there. Another one, he just found Wells in an extremely tight window, and Wells did a good job to get about another 8 yards after the catch.
Get a look at Wells' numbers there. Brown, 8 of 16, 73 yards. Single back on 1st down here. Handoff right up the middle goes McBride, and she'll get a gain of 3 yards for 2nd down.
Yeah, McBride, I personally feel like McBride has been underused in this game. We have not seen a lot of her. We know how elusive of a back she is, and unfortunately the ball has just not come her way a lot, but when it has, she's made the best of it. 2nd and 7.
Brown with the rollout. Has time, sets his feet, fires, and incomplete. It was going to be a one-handed grab if it was going to be complete at all. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 7.
So my approach here, Eric, I don't think it will be their approach, but I would just run my offense on 3rd down, see what we get, and I'd go for it on 4th because you need touchdowns. You can't really settle for a field goal.
And they're going to go 5 wide. 4 towards the top of the formation. Blitz is showing from Canton. They'll send it. Brown in trouble. He's going to go down in the backfield. You saw that coming pretty much a mile away as Jabril Curse is able to get in there and make the stop. And you can only shake your head along the Vancouver sideline right now.
Yeah, and that was just nothing doing there for Brown, and a promising drive is not going to come to an end. It looks like they're going to try. Well, they're going to try a field goal here, so they're going to try to get some points on the board, maybe get some positive momentum going.
To win with an opportunity at a field goal, and he is going to bend it just inside of that left upright, and it's going to be a 23-3 score now with that field goal.
And one unfortunate thing for Vancouver is they have this great drive, right? But you don't get the touchdown, and you burned a ton of time off the clock on that drive, and even though they got the points, it unfortunately didn't really move the meter much in the favor of the Legion.
Good kick there by Twin out of the back of the end zone. Sets the ball up at the 20-yard line with 4:16 to go here in the 3rd. How many likes do we have on this video so far? It's not enough. It's just not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you that does. Over the middle, Dillapre Sr. with another tough catch. He's been making a lot of those here this afternoon and this evening, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and short.
Yeah, Dillapre has been that guy for this offense all day. I mean, anytime Scar Patterson gets a little pressure on him, he needs to get rid of the ball. He throws it to 1-7, and a big play is getting made. So another positive play there. Now it sets up a 2nd down and very manageable.
Patterson very efficient, completing 14 of his 20 passes as Rojo has another tough run on the ground, and that is a typical Robert Johnson run that you will see, and another 1st down for Canton.
Yeah, the rest of the guys are playing football. He's dancing out there. That was just absolutely light on his feet, making defenders miss, being loose with it, and picked up a lot of yardage that I don't know other backs would.
Vancouver's got some very impressive linebackers out there. I mean, DJ Woods, Josh Farnsey, Marquise Reed. I mean, those are all some of the top linebackers in the league, and Robert Johnson just makes him look silly on that play.
Yeah,
Morris with a carry that time, and Drew Hamilton this time knocks him in the backfield.
I was going to say Drew Hamilton read that play perfectly, getting back there. And Morris has had a couple of impressive runs today. He really is, I say, has made pretty decent of his rare opportunity to play here. But the defense has adjusted to him and it's kind of locked him up.
5 wide, Patterson retreats, sets his feet over the middle. Dillapre with the catch. It's going to bring up 3rd and manageable here after the catch. It's going to be maybe about 4 or 5 yards on that one.
Check Dillapre for stickum. I don't know how he caught that one. I don't know how he's caught a couple of these. But he bails his quarterback out there and now makes it 3rd and only 7.
Play action. Patterson, pressure coming. He's going to fire it. Catch is made. Owens finally makes a tough catch. We've talked about it this evening where it just does not seem like he's been able to make those tough catches in traffic, and he does so here for the 1st down.
Yeah, it was a fantastic job, and like you said, he's had a hard time tonight making those catches, comes up with one there, and now Canton's down to the 40-yard line of Vancouver, keeping this drive moving, keeping the clock moving, and, Canton, everyone in Canton, Ohio right now loving what they're seeing.
2 minutes, 3rd, 23-3 the score. Canton in Vancouver territory once again. Patterson, 7-step drop, pressure in his face, tosses it down to Morris, who only gets about maybe a yard on the play as the tackle was made by Farnsey. And you look at the team stats, and I mean, what more do you really need to say?
And I mean, you look at them and you realize that all those Vancouver stats too came on the last drive. Before that, it was much worse.
It's just been total dominance of time of possession. It really hasn't been anything that the Legion are doing themselves on offense. It's just been total control of the ball game by the Classics, as insult to injury will rub some salt in the wound as Zach Lay is down on the field and having trouble getting up.
I will say their defense in the second half on the 2 drives we've seen has been better than the first half. They've really shored up, and they've been but not broke too. Like we said, they forced 3 field goals when Canton was deep in their territory, but their offense has just not had their back.
Play action again. Patterson looking, fires, incomplete, and once again, Owens just not able to make the catch in traffic when it matters. Going to bring up a 4th down. And this is only going to be the 2nd drive of the entire game that Canton has punted. Every other drive.
Both in the second half, though. If you want to shift the narrative to something favorable for Vancouver, they forced 2 punts on 2 drives in the second half.
High arcing punt, elected not to go for the fair catch. And they're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line of Vancouver. 1:08 to go. Still plenty of time in the ball game if Vancouver is able to find some sort of offensive momentum here.
They're going to have to work fast, though. It can't be these long 6-minute drives anymore. And this is a defense that if you try to work fast against them, they're going to make you pay on a mistake. So it's a tough uphill battle here for Vancouver, but the door is still slightly open.
This is about the time that you're going to go to BK12 or Kendra Wells, and instead we're going to see a run to start things off, and Canton was ready for that all the way, loss of a yard.
Yeah, now's the time. I've been saying all game, run it with Ike McBride, but now we're kind of past the point, I'd say, of running it with Ike McBride. Now you kind of got to try to make things happen a little quicker here, but still, it's going to be 2nd and 11 now.
6 in the box for Canton. Blitz coming. Brown has time. He's going to fire it, and incomplete. I think it bounced off the shoulder pad there of Pravado, who was the intended receiver. Going to be 3rd down.
That's one they're going to wish they had back. They had 2 receivers open there with Pravado, and I'm not sure who the other receiver was, but that's one that could have been a big play there, but instead it's 3rd and 11.
Again, blitz coming. Brown fires. Catch is made. BK12 is on the run. He's at the 50 to the 45, and he will step out of bounds there as he was forced out by the corner. Great play there by the Legion.
Yeah, and what a good job there. And BK just found a gap in that zone and just got wide open, beat his man down the sideline, and a big gain there. So just exactly what you want to see if you are a fan of Vancouver.
And that's going to be our breakaway play of the game. Brought to you by Breaks GPT, sports memorabilia, breakers, and collectors. You never know whose autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. Toss goes to Pravado. Good blocking for him, trying to find the outside, and he will get shoved out of bounds after a 7-yard gain.
Really good run there. Good blocking on the right side. Really one of the best run lanes I think that Vancouver's created in this game, and Pravado did a good job of it, and that'll likely be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Canton with a commanding lead here, 23-3, as we get set for the 4th quarter of action. We will take a short break, and we will be right back. Chris Curtis, read them the rights.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Dulcet tones of Chris Curtis as we get an update on the injuries that we've seen here. Logan Lee with a dislocated shoulder, Zach Lay with a broken hand. Both of them are out for the remainder of the game. As we get set for the last 10 minutes of play here in the 4th quarter. Canton with a commanding 20-point lead here. They have controlled the entire ball game. Eric Vincent alongside Petey Zeller, Ike McBride, Mike Daggs in the stats truck, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, executive producing as well. QB sneak, and they're going to mark him shy. I thought he had gotten the 1st down there on that one. Still going to bring up 3rd and inches, but Coach Andy Hamilton is going to challenge it anyway. Why not? And once again, let's take a retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. And there's no doubt in my mind that Christian Brown has gotten this first down. I mean, I understand it's got to go where he starts the slide, but, I mean, he's still past the line of game.
I agree with you there, Eric.
And sure enough, Vancouver not going to be charged a timeout. They are going to get the first down off of that play. So still with one more challenge here does Vancouver have. Canton using both of theirs in the first half of play. Fresh set of downs here for the Legion as they are trying to hit pay dirt for the first time here in this ball game and make this a little bit closer.
Let's see what this offense can put together. They're in great position here, Eric.
Handoff goes to McBride. Good stiff arm there, trying to bounce it to the outside, and a good play by the linebacker as McBride was trying to get some space. Brackett was able to bring her down for a short gain of 3.
I'll tell you, Ike McBride is such a great running back. 6'2", 260 pounds. She is just so physical, and I'd hate to be on the other side of trying to tackle her.
That's a fact. Going to come out with split backs this time. Bravado going to get the carry, and he is going to get about 3 or 4 yards as they get closer to the line to gain. 3rd and short.
I'll set up 3rd and short here, and if you're Vancouver, this is kind of do or die time, right? you got to have a touchdown. You cannot have another field goal.
Bodies in the box on defense for the Legion. Brown going to shift this to an offset eye. He's going to try and run for it. He's still on his feet, but he gets tackled from behind by Kilgannon. And man, oh man, that was just a heartbreaker there for the Legion as Brown had plenty of green grass in front of him.
Now we're going to get to see a field goal attempt.
44 yards here to win. He's knocked the first one through that he attempted. And this one is going to bend inside the right upright this time to make it a 23-6 game.
Yeah, a fun stat from our stat team. You know who leads Vancouver in rushing attempts? That is Christian Brown, which I just think they should have ran the ball earlier in this game a bit more, especially with how well we've seen McBride do in the few carries they've given her here, Eric.
I wish I had that meme with the gentleman with the gray beard looking at the washing machine where the oof size is large, because that's a big oof. Canton going to bring it out of their own end zone, out across the 20-yard line. Good return there as he stayed on his feet to about the 30. And week 3 continues tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern in Minnesota. Actually, no, we have that already. I'm off my game today. Excuse me, folks. Check out Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green tomorrow night at 7:15 Eastern Time as SFL This Week returns before Pittsburgh plays its SFL home opener, hosting Charleston on this week's Monday Night Spectacular right here on SFL YouTube. Go ahead and fire me, Mike Daggs. I apologize. 8:24 to go here in the 4th. I'll turn in my resignation after this game.
Nah, EK, you're always on your game.
Single back offset here as Patterson will hand it off to the offset back, who is Johnson, who motors ahead for an easy first down.
So yeah, that'll be a big first down, and for Canton, and I think they already have this game at hand, but if they go ahead and score this drive, you can hear the fat lady singing from a few miles away, Eric.
It's getting to be that point as Rojo hits the century mark here with just about 8 minutes to go here in the ball game. Dillapre going to go in motion, trips towards the top of the formation now. And Patterson throws it just as he was getting hit. I'm not sure how he got rid of the football there, but it's going to bring up second down.
Oh, man, that was Michael Rury brought up the boomstick there and got a big hit there on Patterson. I mean, he just got absolutely clobbered that whenever had a chance.
Offset eye, 3 wide. As Cherry goes in motion to the other side of the offset. Patterson rolls out, Has time, going to fire it over the middle and incomplete. It was into traffic there, but I think he had an opportunity to hit his man. Either way, it's going to be a third down.
Yeah, and he never really had his man open. There was good coverage down the field there, but just kind of had to get the ball out there, made a good attempt at it. Now 3rd and 10, Patterson, knowing if he can convert on this one, the game is likely in their pocket. Let's see what he can do.
Third down blitz coming. Patterson fires it quickly. He's got a man. First down yardage out across the 50 into Vancouver Legion territory. And that is what they've been doing all game long. Even when you think the Legion have an opportunity on defense, they pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, that's a good play right there, and they keep the drive alive, and more importantly, they keep the clock running. They keep the opportunity to put more points upon the board running. And in Canton, Ohio, these fans just continuing to love what they're seeing today.
They have been loud and on their feet all game long as Patterson going to check it down to Johnson. Good spin move out of the backfield, but one too many defenders there for him as it's going to be no gain.
And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now, as like you said, just not much doing there despite a great attempt. Now they'll bring Morris back out as the back, it would appear, and they might go empty backfield, it's looking like.
Doing a good job milking the play clock and the game clock with just about every snap as Patterson going to throw and hit Steele out across the 30-yard line for another first down. And you talked about that fat lady singing. I can hear her warming up over here.
Yeah, it's really getting to that point, and I'll tell you, I just think this was a very underrated addition that not a lot of people talked about. Talon Steele going to Canton, such a big target that they didn't really have that elite big target tight end. And Talon Steele, I mean, I don't know if I'd go as far to call Talon elite quite yet, but he's a very good target, and I mean, he's bailed a couple times out Scar Patterson tonight.
3 catches, 45 yards as Rojo keeps it on the ground again for a gain of 4. And that'll keep the clock going with just about 6 minutes to go.
2nd down and 6, and they're just, keep on rolling. And we have an update, actually. Minnesota won a surprising shootout over Baltimore, 44-31, so a bit of a surprising result there in the other game.
Yeah, that is a bit of a surprise there. We got the game updates coming from Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, and it certainly seemed like it was going to be one of those games where it might be one of those things where the Legion come out with the victory, and sure enough, they do. A 13-point win at home against those Baltimore Vultures. Hats off to the Legend for that win there. As Johnson gets another carry, and on 3rd down, he is not able to get the first. Farnsey able to make the stop after a short gain of 1.
Yeah, but I tell you what, a field goal here will put this up to a 3-possession game. And actually, it's already this field goal will pretty much seal the game for Canton if it is hit.
Just about 5 minutes or so to go here. It is up and through, makes it a 20-point lead. Another 10-play drive here for the Canton Classics, and they have just controlled the football all game long. Just absolutely nothing that Vancouver could do.
And now if you're Vancouver with 5 minutes left, you need 3 touchdowns, and you're just telling Christian Brown, just chuck it down the field and pray. That's all you can do with 5 minutes left.
Look, their offense do have those big play receivers. They've got Brett Killian. They've got Kendra Wells. They've got a couple good tight ends in Bravado and McMichaels. So, yeah, go ahead and just air it out. You've even got good running backs coming out of the backfield that are good pass catchers. McBride, Bravado, Mateo Bravado at fullback, and Suda Nakai for when he's in there. They are all good ball handlers, regardless of if they're handed the ball or thrown the ball. So go ahead and air it out. You got nothing to lose at this point with 5:04 to go.
Yep, just home chuck it deep and hope. That's what you do right here.
Wells going to go in motion to the top of the formation. Brown shuffles, sets his feet, fires, catch is made. Bravado with a first down near the 35-yard line. Wisely going no huddle.
Yeah, they got to hurry up. They just got to, it has to happen fast. It's going to happen.
Brown sidearms it again, and just a little bit too far out of the reach of BK12. Stops the clock at 4:49.
Yeah, what's funny, Eric, though, is 26-6. that score doesn't feel like what this game is right now. It feels like it was so much more dominant for Canton, but it could have been a lot worse, I will say that much.
Well, and this defense has reared its ugly head for the Legion against these Canton Classics, and that's probably their only saving grace and why they're not 100% buried 6 feet under, as BK12 not able to reel that one in traffic, and that's going to bring up third down.
So big third down here, and I mean it's they're go for it territory, right? They're probably going to be going for it on fourth, I'd imagine, in this situation, unless they just have decided they're out of it here. But 3rd and 10, they definitely want to get it right now.
I'm with you. I definitely think it's 4 down territory. You're going to go 4 wide here, single back. Blitz is going to be coming. They've been blitzing all night long, and here it comes again. Brown fires, catch is made, clutch catch towards the top, near the far sideline, and close to midfield.
That'll keep him going.
Brown again, fires, incomplete, looking for Wells in traffic, and you've got 4:31 on the clock.
And you're almost okay with an incompletion, right? Because it stops the clock and gives you time to regroup and get back to maybe planning out your plays a little bit better here. So you don't necessarily hate that if you're Vancouver.
Yeah, every now and again you got to have a clock stoppage, whether that's incomplete pass, step out of bounds, whatever the case may be, so that way you can go ahead and get yourself reorganized. Brown over the middle, incomplete. Again, great defense on the back end, as this time they were looking for McMichaels, and that's going to be 3rd down.
And McMichaels, I think that image of him right there kind of represents this whole game as he punches the ground in frustration. That's just, This offense has been stifled, and they're just frustrated out there.
Trying to get absolutely anything going against this tough Canton Classics defense. 4 wide trips towards the top of the formation. Brown to throw. Pressure coming in his face. Fires. Catch is made. 1st down. Killian with the catch.
Gonna keep hurry up.
Brown airmails it this time. I think he was looking for Killian once again, but just threw it a bit too soon.
That first play to Killian, too, that was some of the better pass protection he had all day. And you got to remember, Christian Brown is a very good pocket passer if you give him time. And that's what Canton's taken away from him today is time. They've given him no time. But if you give him time, he's going to get the ball where it needs to go.
Yeah, we have been seeing the Classics defense blitz just about every down when the Legion are on offense. And here comes another one. Brown, again, just overthrows his target. You get the feeling that maybe he's trying to get rid of the football a little bit quicker than he should.
He doesn't have much time right there. They were about to get to him. He just has to get rid of it quickly. And this Canton defense came to this game with the correct plan. Make things hard on Brown and make him throw quick. And that's not where Christian Brown's at his best, and they recognize that.
4:09 to go in the 4th. 3rd down. Brown sets his feet, fires, and again, just a bit too tall for the intended receiver. 4th down, and this might be the ball game at this point, just considering how Canton's controlled the football.
Looks like Brown's going to stay out there with the offense, and yeah, this is definitely the ball game here. And let's see what Brown can do. Big down.
Canton faithful still here, still on their feet, still loud. 4th down. Brown 3 of 10 on his last 10 passes. He will throw. Fires into traffic, make it 3 of 11, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. Classics will get the ball with just a little over 4 minutes to go.
Nice job by Pearson batting that one away, and that one was you, Canton fans. That stadium was so loud I could barely hear anything right there. They made it hard on Brown, and yeah, that's probably all she wrote in this game here. And the story of this game is going to be that Canton came out, imposed their will on Vancouver, and absolutely dominated in every single facet of this game to the point where it was incredibly unenjoyable for Vancouver.
I think the worst part was the fact that Canton started off with the football. If Vancouver maybe started off with the football, it might be a different story. But because Canton was able to march down the field with that 15, 16 play drive to start things off and just control the clock, and then Vancouver comes out with a 3 and out, it just made it that much worse on them.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it's just from the start of this game, right? Canton did everything they wanted to do pretty much, and I mean, Vancouver had chances to get back in this thing. They could have double dipped right before halftime. We talked about that. Even in the second half, they got those 2 stops right out of the gate. They had chances to get back in this game, but every single time, Canton's defense came up and punched him in the jaw.
Johnson with another carry, gets right back to the line of scrimmage, clock continuing to roll, 3rd down. And you're absolutely right. I mean, I would argue that the defense kept them in the ball game throughout, because we talked about it. Canton had scored on literally every drive that they had touched the ball up until the second half. And it was, you say only, but it was only a 20-point game at that point. But it should have been much worse.
Vancouver's defense played a good game. They bent, but they didn't break. They forced a lot of field goals that could have been touchdowns, but the offense just did not have their back today.
Carry there on 4th down, and looks like we did see Logan Lee come back into the game, so that's
good to see.
That's good to see, but it's a little. Why throw him in for garbage time? I mean, I really don't know exactly why you would throw him in there, but you know, nonetheless, gonna be 4th down, and I suspect Canton will go ahead and run this to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and that was it was good to see him back in the game there. Maybe they just wanted to show us that he was okay. It was good to see
Maybe
him
so.
there.
Maybe so.
Yeah, it was good to see, and Logan Lee, that's good because they dominated this game without him, and they'll have him next week, it looks like.
Snap just before the 2-minute warning. Good punt there, and it's going to tumble into the end zone for a touchback as we hit the 2-minute warning with 1:51 to go here in the 4th quarter. Canton with a commanding 20-point lead, 26-6 over the Vancouver Legion. Legion will get a crack at the football here.
Yeah, now Legion, this is pride, right? Go down the field to get a touchdown, something to build off during the off week. Team that was in the playoffs last year had a dominant victory last week against a good Houston team. This is still very much a playoff caliber, playoff contender type of team. Get something positive to build off on this drive.
Blitz coming again. Brown sets his feet, fires. Killian with the catch near the 40-yard line. They'll call their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining.
Yep, so they're going to burn one there, and we're going to see what they can do. This will be fun because they're just going to be gunning down the field here, and we'll see if they can. I imagine Canton's going to probably play pretty soft zone coverage. Let's see if Christian Brown can pick it apart.
So far, so good for the Legion here. Brown sidearms it near sideline, and Wells drags the defender for a couple of yards, and Vancouver will burn their second timeout.
Yep, and gonna burn one there, and now they're down to only 1 remaining. And a good job there by Wells, though. That one easily could have been a gain of nothing. He was able to force 4 out of it. You see the stats for Brown, and once again, I think those stats are a little inflated better than the game has really looked today. It's just been brutal.
Or wide as Nakai comes down to make trips towards the bottom of the formation. Brown will throw, looking for Killian, and it's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd and 6 with 1:36 to go.
Yeah, 1:36 to go, and, well, 3rd down here. I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th. We will have to see.
Blitz coming again. Brown fires quickly, and it's picked off. That was the icing on the cake for this Canton team, as the Classics are able to pick that one off, courtesy of Terrence Pearson, and that will be the ball game.
Yeah, and that's the first turnover of the game, and that's kind of what we've been talking about, right? Is Canton's dominated with no turnover, but Pearson comes in there, gets one at the end of the game, the icing on the cake, the creme de la creme, and Canton looking in championship form.
Yeah, we wondered what kind of game we might see between these two squads, and it has been Classics from the start. Really nothing that Vancouver could do one way or the other on offense. Their defense really keeping them in the ball game for as long as they did, but unfortunately it just was not enough, as the Classics are going to come away with the victory here at home.
And there's a lot of players that deserve credit in this game for Canton. It was an all-around team effort. Really, there was nobody that had a real bad performance today. This team, all the way around, came out, imposed their will, had a game plan, stuck to it, and the score is 26-6. But I'm telling you, if I watched this game and I didn't know the score, and I wasn't getting updated, couldn't hear what we were talking about the score, and at the end of the game, you told me, "All right, Petey, guess what the score of that game was?" I probably would have told you 55-0, because that's just what it felt like today.
Yeah, absolutely. And it certainly felt like that kind of game. But, hats off to the Vancouver defense, because they did keep them in the ball game. Just an uphill battle pretty much the entire way. And 26-6 going to be the final score. I'd say that's a victory for your defense, and not necessarily for the offense. As one final kneel down there, and we'll probably see a punt, and that will pretty much do it. But the good news for Vancouver is they get a bye week after this, get an opportunity to lick their wounds, retool a little bit, and come back to take on the Louisiana Revolution down in the Bayou. And then Canton has the opportunity to stay at home and take on another division opponent in the DC Dragons.
Yeah, and I'll be curious, because once again, they lost that opening week game to Baltimore 30-24, and last season, they never gave up over 12 points except in the championship game, so people were starting to say, okay, maybe this Canton defense, it's figured out, but last 2 weeks, they've shown that might not be the case. Baltimore might just be that good of a team, although, I mean, they did just lose that game to Minnesota, but still, Minnesota's a good team, too. But a lot of the question marks, I think, have been answered the last 2 weeks for Canton, and I think that the general consensus around the SFL right now is this is probably still the team to beat.
You basically just said that there's a lot of parity in this league. There is no telling who is going to come out on top any given week, which is exactly what you want out of your football watching. So certainly going to be exciting for the rest of the season as Vancouver hurls one towards the middle of the field there. It hits the turf, clock hits triple zeros, and it is a final score of 26-6. Vancouver falling to 1-2, and the Canton Classics moving on to 2-1. Any final thoughts here, Petey, as we look at the final stats and highlights?
I don't think there's anything that I can say that hasn't been said already. I will say, usually after the game, we each pick our player of the game. I'm going to give mine to maybe not the most obvious choice here, but had a big game all game long, right? Picked up a lot of catches when needed. Al Dillapre Sr., I felt like really played a very solid game and was an important part of what Canton did today.
Yep, I would agree with that. I'll go offense as well, but I'm going to go with Robert Johnson, who did a great job shouldering the load in that backfield for the Classics after Logan Lee went down with the injury early on. And you would have never known, honestly, looking at the final score and the stats and everything. Just did a terrific job, did Robert Johnson, with over 100 yards on the ground.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, Eric, and a dominant victory for Canton. And yeah, that's really all there is to say. We've said it throughout the game. It was a dominant win for Canton. Their defense is right back on track. And there's a lot of questions that have been answered.
Well, on behalf of Petey Zeller, my name is Eric Vincent, Ike McBride, and Mike Daggs in the Stats Truck. Thank you so much. Cameron Irvine, executive producer and commissioner, thank you as always. And we thank you for tuning in to this presentation of the Simulation Football League. You have a great evening, and stay tuned for the Monday Night Spectacular tomorrow night.